What is going on, everybody? I am Jason, this is the Freebird Garage, and today we are talking about that one tool that saved me on the FXR. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and a happy new year. It's 2021. If you're like myself, I enjoy it with plenty of Chinese food on the night and some nice bourbon to top it off with. So I hope you are all having a fantastic new year. The tool that I'm talking about that is in my hand, what got me into this tool? Well, first, last summer, when I was riding with my wife, we were going out to a restaurant. We were doing it was kind of a bit of a longer cruise. Stopped at gas stations, bike was running fine. Had no problems. Finally got to the destination where I was looking for, the restaurant. We ate, came back out, went to go get the bike, turned over, and it was dead. So, of course, my wife looking at me going, what are we gonna do? Well, I can either call a family member that's close by, hopefully, jump it, maybe ask a stranger to jump it, or possibly, call a tow truck, which I always hate doing or don't want to do that to my bike, because I don't know about you, I don't like when my bike goes on a tow truck. For someone that doesn't know how to tow a bike, it can really screw it up. So you gotta have that panic fear of which way to go. So luckily though, in that case, I was on top of a hill. So I just popped into neutral, coasted it down, dropped it into first, bam, she started back up, rode it all the way home, and then took care of the charging problem. In the particular, it was a battery that was finally on its way out. I just didn't catch it soon enough, unfortunately. Prior to leaving, it was still running fine. Like I said, stops and everything was still running. But beyond that, I said, this is never gonna happen again. I'm not gonna get in that tight situation where if I'm not on top of a hill or can't do a rolling start good enough with someone or myself to get it started, I need another way of getting this thing jump started. And that brings me to this right here. This is a lifesaver for your bike. Doesn't matter which bike you have or which, even a vehicle, you're always gonna come up across battery problems. Whether it be in your garage, out on the road, side of the road. This jumper pack is by NOCO. This is one that I particularly really like. After that day, I put it on my bike, and I actually have used this out on the road, and it is great to have when you are in a tight spot, especially if it's the middle of the night and there is no one around you, or you can't find anyone or whatever it is, and you need a jump. This is what can save you. This one's pretty simple by NOCO. This is a GB40. It's gonna have 1,000 amps. It can jump start up to, I think, a car of a 6-liter. They make different variations of this one. When you have the bigger ones, you have the extra juice. So as you're cruising, you just plug your phone in, and you're like me, I have my GPS on Bluetooth, so I just kind of listen to that through my headset while it's charging. I get to my destination. I have a phone now that's still fully charged. It's not just about to be dead, and I'm kind of relying on, hopefully, if I'm riding, if I'm riding with my wife, I'm asking her, can you make sure your phone's charged, because we may need it to, give phone calls or let people know where we're at. Or if you're on the side of the road and you're using GPS and your bike breaks down, you're kind of, SOL, because you're on the side of the road now and your phone's dead because you were using that for your, if you use that. I mean, particularly, you don't have to if you know where you're going, but if it's a long road trip, you've never been there before, like myself, I use GPSs to get there. And as you ride, you can throw it in your backpack, throw it in your saddlebags, whatever you have, and you're good to go. Shock resistant, you can drop it. I fumble a lot of, stuff in my bags, or I'm just known to fumble some stuff, like my phone, and I drop it. So this can be dropped at a rate, if you're trying to get it ready, and it's not gonna shatter on you. Some of these ones will shatter instantly. They're cheaper ones. This one's built, it's got shock-proof, resistance that you can have on it. So you can, if it gets banged up, lays on the ground, it can go through the wear and tear. Also, the gauge wires with this one, these are 8 gauge, so they're thicker than their sport version of this, which is nice. So you get a really good jump. It's stronger. These things are nice. They're not cheap. They're not little tinsy little, clamps that you're gonna have on you. These are like real clamps that you would find on normal jumper cables on your car. This also has a light, so if you're, broken down on top of it, and you're like, well, I need to use a light. The phone light's all right. It serves its purpose, but sometimes you just need a bright light to see under something. If you're leaking oil, or you go out and you're like, there's an oil spot. Where's it coming from? So you can use this to help you do that as well, which is nice. It also does strobes, so if you're really stuck somewhere on the side of the road, at least you can be seen. The charge on this one it lasts for a year. So once it's fully charged, you can toss it in your bag, never use it for a year, and it's gonna hold up on you. Get one in your bag, it will save you a lot of frustration on your road, and especially if you're riding with someone, hell, you're on a date or whatever it is, and you're biking, you come out and you're excited, you just got out of a restaurant, and nothing's worse than turning that bike over and hearing those clicks, and your lady or whoever you're with looks at you and says, what now? The Jump Pack Starter. There you have it. Put it to your bag, add it, great tool. All right, guys, so you have the tool that I never ride without. I'm gonna be adding tools to my bag, or the tools I already have in my bag that I really think that have gotten me out of tight spots, that will possibly get you out of a tight spot. And hopefully any new riders, you can pre-pack your bags and you get ready for anything that can occur. Now, for those that have just joined us and watched it all the way through, I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button, tap that like, press that notification so you know what goes on with the garage, and leave a comment below. And for those that have already subscribed, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, guys, stay free, and I will catch you later.